had low scores in undergrad. I got a 4.0 in my SMP. In med school, I matched into one of the most competitive residency programs. 4.0 GPA in an SMP. How did I do it? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am a dermatology resident, and my channel is for anyone who's thinking about or currently training in medicine. I give advice based on my own life experiences. So today we'll be talking about how I got a 4.0 in my SMP and share my tips with you so you all can succeed in your programs as well. All right, so let's first talk about what is an SMP. That stands for Special Master's Program, and it's a program for anyone who is a postgraduate, so finish their undergraduate years and are thinking about enhancing their GPA or enhancing their exposure to advanced sciences to prove to medical schools that they are academically competitive applicants. And a lot of people do these programs because for whatever reason, their GPA might have been low in undergrad, or they are changing their careers, or whatever it may be. I did it specifically to enhance my score, my GPA, and as well to enhance my background in the more advanced science classes. So let's talk about how I, who had a relatively low GPA, as I talked about in my previous video, I was able to get a 4.0 GPA. And I'm going to leave my very most important tip for the last tip. So make sure you keep on watching so you hear what really sealed the deal for me to get a 4.0 in my Special Master's Program. My first tip is making sure that you are going there to be focused. And what I mean by that is that we all have all our distractions in life. The people in our life could be distractions. The things that we're doing are distractions. The year or two that you're putting towards this program, you need to really be focused. So some things you are going to have to give up. So if you're one of those people who are in a lot of organizations, or if you're one of those people who party a lot, or whatever it is, you're going to have to just calm it down a little bit so that you are putting most of your attention into these programs. It's just 1 to 2 years. You definitely can do it. For me, I went to Florida, which is not where I am from. I had no family or friends there. So I really was able to be in an environment where I could focus and not have any distractions. The only people I knew in Florida when I was doing that training were the people who were in that program. So the same people who had the same goals as me and wanted to do the same things as me. The next tip I have for you is developing a study routine. You want to be strategic about how you're approaching everything because, like I said, it's not a long time that you're in this program. So from day one, you're aiming to be getting these good grades. So what you want to do is determine your best time to study, figure out how that works in with the schedule of your program, and make sure that you are keeping up with this regularly. So for me, I was in a program where the courses were from 2 to 5 p.m. I am a morning person, so I actually would wake up by like 7 o'clock. And by 8 o'clock, I was in the library studying, or in some days where I was trying to be a little bit more relaxed, I would stay home and I would study. And I would study all the way until like 12 p.m. And then after 12 p.m., that's when I would take a break. I'll take my lunch break. I would, around 1 p.m., catch up with friends that were in the program, and then 2 p.m. is classes. Then after 5 p.m., I had the opportunity to study if I wanted to, or just relax. And I really wouldn't feel guilty because I had already put in about 4 hours of studying in the daytime. Now, of course, as we got closer to exams, I'll be putting in more hours of studying, but that was my regular routine. So make sure, to determine your routine and stick to it. The next one is friends that you're making in this program specifically. This program is going to have your possible fellow work colleagues, but then this program is also going to have people who are not going to make it through, who are not going to do well, and who are ultimately going to change their life path and decide to do something outside of medicine. So you want to find friends that are going to be nurturing and supportive of your journey. You are going there to be focused. You want to find the friends who are focused. You don't want to find the friends who are thinking about a whole bunch of other things in addition to the program, who are focused on multiple relationships, multiple different drama stories, all these other things that are not conducive to your success. Your friends should be on the same journey as you. And you're in a program, depending on how big the size is, where there are going to be a lot of different personalities. And like I said, not everyone is going to be as focused as you are. And you cannot surround yourself with those people. You don't have the time. You don't have the privilege of that. You are there to prove yourself to these medical schools. So I was lucky enough to find friends who really helped supported me in my journey. They were my study buddies. They were my exercise buddies. They were my shopping buddies. We used to go out as well, because even though I'm telling you guys to focus and to find friends who are focused as well, you also have to have a healthy work-life balance. So you want to be able to, on the weekends, enjoy yourself, go out. I definitely did that as well, but I did it with people who knew there's a time to play and there's a time to study. This then leads into my next part of just your support system. Hopefully we all have support systems, even though sometimes we don't. But if you do have a support system, this is a great time to rely on them. This is a challenging time in your life as well. You are trying to prove yourself to medical schools, and these programs are not the easiest programs. So I definitely leaned in a lot on my mom. I would call her and vent to her. I leaned in a lot on my friends. I would call, who were in the program with me, because they understood they understood what I was going through. So I was able to vent to them, talk to them. And even my friends who are not in medicine, they were just good support systems where I just wanted to escape my world for a little bit, and I can just talk to them about just other ththings in life and just, feel like a normal person. And of course, when I used to visit home during that time period, I would make sure to visit them to just help me feel like a functioning human in just the regular world as well. So lean into your support system and use them wisely. And now, my most important tip, which I think is really, really what sealed the deal for my 4.0, was getting outside of my head, getting outside of my comfort zone, and asking for help. And yes, I had a 4.0, but was still be found in the faculty office hours. I would be found in tutoring routinely. And I would do that I did that for every course that I was in my program, because when I was in undergrad, I did tutoring also, but I was going to tutoring as my grades were looking bad, and now I was in tutoring. No, I was doing this on day one, like figuring out the best ways to study for the specific course that I was in, what tips the tutor had for me. I was in the office hours talking to the faculty and how best to approach their course. That's what I was doing in this program. Like, I was not playing around. I was not waiting for grades to drop. I was not waiting for it. No. When the course started, the faculty knew who I was. When the course started, I was in that, I was getting tutored as well. Asking for help is completely okay. Even as you continue in your career, in your medical journey, even in med school as a resident, where you're expected to ask for help. Like, this journey can't be done alone. I really struggled with being shy, being embarrassed, not that many people used to go to tutoring, do I really need to be going to tutoring? This, that, worried about what other people will be thinking. No, you gotta do what you gotta do for you to make yourself succeed. There's no time to be worried about what other people are thinking about you. That's neither here nor there. They're going to be thinking about you differently when you have that 4.0 on your transcript. At the end of the day, you don't need a 4.0 to get into medical school. You want to have a competitive GPA, of course, but you don't need a 4.0. But a 4.0 is definitely a cherry on top. And I really always want to give you guys the tips to make you be the most competitive applicant you can be for med school, for residency programs. I want you all to be very competitive. Now, just to clarify that when you do an SMP, it does not boost your undergrad science GPA. It would be a separate GPA on your transcript. Medical schools will just see how you did in that program and be able to see if you did better or worse or about the same than what you did in your undergrad years. So just so you guys know, not because you did bad in your undergrad years when it comes to your GPA means that you are not worth it. Medical school means that you are going to do bad in an SMP, means you're going to do bad as a med student. Nope. That was your time period. That was a part of your life when you were in undergrad, and now you're starting new. And now you're coming in with a more focused mindset, with your head on your shoulders, and with a confidence that you can do this, okay? I had low scores in undergrad. I got a 4.0 in my SMP. In med school, I matched into one of the most competitive residency programs. You know, like, you determine your future. The mistakes you made, it's all about how you got back up and you did better. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Like this video if this was helpful. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you want more great advice. It was great chatting with you all. I always love talking to y'all, and I hope to see you at my next video. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.